What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. Big shout out to my darky Grey and Debling for coming through and boosting up the coin. So we got a leak here from Conor the fried egg hen. He's come out doing what oh yeah, I think so. Wow, man, cock-a-doodle-oo, yeah. Come on, bro, man, you got punched up. He weighed all over you. He had nothing left. He weighed all over you. Beat your Normandy style. You had nothing, man. Mister, I'm knocking his head off. That's what you said. I get it. You're supposed to have a bad mind mentality, but I didn't really see it. You was faffing a lot, to tell the truth. Hopping around. Bunch of energy, but this is fighting. Boxing. It's not having a bunch of energy in. Yeah? Spazzing out. Doing all that herky-jerky rubbish. You weren't landing no shots like that. A few pot shots. Over-revving. You can't win fights over rev. And listen, if you over revved and cooked him, then fair play to you. You didn't do that, man. You got punched up. Anyway, listen, let's play the video here. And these man just don't learn either. That's just quickly before I play the video. Yeah, these man don't learn. And the reason I say that is, just take the loss, man. Take the loss and get it right. There should be. Don't take my opinion. I was thinking the same things at the time, but Tony Sims was saying, you're slipping and moving, you're herking, you're jerking, but you ain't coming back. Nigel Benn said the same thing. Getting bullied onto the rope. So there's plenty of holes here for a young fighter. I actually think, listen, I'll back Chris again, but if he comes in there another 6 months later, dead at the weight, ooh, and Conor, 28, yeah, and no doubt, allegedly, some people might think Conor Benn will probably get on a massive egg cycle now, yeah? Because they won't be tested again for the next 3 months. He'll get on allegedly, some people are saying, he'll get on a massive egg cycle. You won't, listen, Joe Public won't be able to buy an egg. Joe Public won't be able to buy an egg edgeways, yeah? You won't be getting a look in edgeways at buying an egg over these next 3 months. Huge egg cycle he's allegedly going to jump on, and then he'll go into camp. He's 28, he's learning more. That's his first real decent top level hard fight. He's most likely going to improve from that. Eubank, 6 months later, that weight going to be 6 months harder to take off. You're 36 years old. Nonetheless, Conor, there's an argument, well, you have to be arrogant, but I don't mind that narrative, yeah, that you have to be arrogant. That's true if you showed me you were arrogant in the ring. You wasn't really, man. You was faffing a lot. I think Conor Benn, and I give him credit, he's very quick. I've got to say that. He's very quick. He's very twitchy. I think his style needs to be Mike Tyson. The difference with Mike and Conor is Mike would actually come forward with it. Mike was used to fighting bigger heavyweights. They were slow as molasses. But I think Chris was relatively slow compared to Conor. No one can deny that. Chris was slower than Conor. Fact. Bottom line. The difference was Mike had ways. He'd be slipping and sliding and gaining. What's the word? He wasn't just moving laterally. He's coming forward at you as well. I didn't see Chris on the ropes once. And it clearly wasn't because of Chris's great footwork, particularly in the last half of the fight. He didn't have no legs left. Anyway, I've waffled on too long. Here we go. Let's listen to this plumber here.
Yes, people, attack the week. Make the days count. School's never out. In the gym working, learning, staying in shape, staying ready. I watched the fight back. I personally had me up a point. I wouldn't have moaned a point either way. 4 points a bit wide in my opinion, but
it's not 4 points though. People don't get that. It's kind of shocking that, and to be fair, I'm not saying I necessarily got it until recently, but I'm not a professional boxer, yeah? It's not 4 points, it's 2 rounds, man. 4 points is 2 rounds. You lost by 2 rounds. Oh, it's 4 points, I didn't lose by 4 rounds. No, you lost by 2 rounds. I know it sounds mad, yeah, I couldn't work it out either. I had to sit there with a piece of paper trying to work out how it's only 2 rounds, but it is. Because it's the point system, it's like, I can't even explain it, man, but trust me, it's 2 rounds. Yeah? If a man wins 2 rounds, I don't even know how it makes sense, but trust me, it's 2 rounds. He didn't win by 4 rounds. Because if Ben had won the 2 rounds that Eubank won, what would that make it? I don't know what it would have made it a draw. I don't know how it would have worked out, bro. I don't know. It's mad. It's a mad calculus, man. You'd be doing on this boxing rubbish. I'll just give simple points, man. 1-0. Why isn't it 1-0? So round 1 is 0-1. I think it would still work out the same way. 10 and... So if someone won 10 rounds on the trot and another guy wins 2 rounds, that'd be 10 and 2. That'd be 10 and 2. And you'd be able to say he won by 8 rounds, and he did win by 8 rounds. So what's going on here? It's definitely only 2 rounds, man. The 4 points. I don't know why they'd be doing this 115 rubbish, man. No good. No good. Good for nothing, man. He won by 2 rounds. So it's like the 115, 113. That's 1 round. It's not 2 rounds. For sure. You won by 1 round. I can't explain to you the space science they'd be doing with it. Yeah, I'm going to sit here and lie to you about it, man. I can't explain to you the space magic they'd be doing with the rounds, but a 4-point swing is actually only 2 rounds. I thought it was pretty close. I knew Chris had won, though. That's the underlying theme is, I knew Chris had won, is the truth. What I didn't know at the time was, is it going to be a Kabbalah scam? We know that Eddie Hearn been allegedly playing with the weight scales, the ring size, the gloves. So I was thinking, wow, it could be one of them. Listen, if it had been a robbery, it could have been a robbery. If you get what I'm saying. It wasn't like a 10-2 type fight. But fair play to the judges, man. The judges did the right thing. Nonetheless, is it best to go into a rematch of a fight believing you won it? Is it best to be... he lost anyway, man. Whatever you think you did or didn't do, you lost. I think it's fair to say, man. Eubank, given how... I think Eubank, honestly, the first half was good, solid. Typical Eubank, I'd say. The last half, or the last 4 rounds in particular, that's the worst I've ever seen him. Ever. I've never seen his wheels fall off like that before. Proper. I went back the other day and watched the Liam Smith 2 fight. Or any of his fights, he wheels fell off like I've never seen before, and Ben still couldn't. That was, honestly, I feel like that was Eubank's worst night. Now, will Eubank get worse from there, being older and more weight drained? Who knows? But as of yet, can you argue why it was Conor Benn's pressure? No, he wasn't really putting no pressure on it. I didn't see Eubank on the ropes once. Oops. Conor Benn, the pressure. When was the last time you saw a prime Mike Tyson on the ropes getting punched up? You just didn't see it. There was no one who could put him back. You can argue, how much weight was there? Probably 10 pounds in it. Mike Tyson fought a load of plumbers who were 10 pounds heavier. It's not just about how heavy you are, it's about how much you're looking to get at it. And Conor didn't... He talks a good game, but knock him out in 4 rounds. I didn't see that, though. He was herky-jerky, and he wasn't actually come wading... I didn't see Beecher Normandy. That's what I didn't see. I saw Beecher Normandy from one man. And that was Chris Eubank, who was finished. And somehow he managed to throw... They weren't the cleanest shots. They weren't the highest level shots, but they were... He threw 122 Beecher Normandy shots. That's what he did. Just flailing it. Anyhow he was trying to get it. He was trying to eat. Ben, he was on the road, getting slapped about. It wasn't even... I was scared in going into the last 2 that he was going to get popped down the middle or something. If Ben was... a certain level, like imagine Eubank slapping at Canelo like that. Obviously you can say Canelo's a high level, but come on, man, you ain't getting off. I don't believe anyone standing in front. Maybe Bivol did, though. Actually, Bivol slapped Canelo's head off, man. Bivol did slap Canelo's head off a few times. Canelo got slapped to death, man. But that's Bivol. Bivol ain't... The thing about Bivol is, Bivol slapped Canelo to death a few times. That did happen. But the difference is, Bivol's got the UFO feet. So he's like, he's there and he's not there. He's slapping you to death and he's not there. Eubank was doubled over and winging from the hip. No, his feet were gone. And I was nervous that Ben was going to just step back, bosh, an uppercut. Right up there. Didn't do it. So all that talk about what he was going to do. For me, the way he talked, he's not going to go 4 rounds. And in the end, you got... moshed by a man with no legs left who spent the day in hospital getting rehydrated with preliminary kidney failure and liver failure from all the water you sucked out of him. You should really be humble, man. If Ben was ever going to beat Eubank, it was that night, I believe. If you look at Eubank's career from when he was 25 to 35, if Ben was ever going to beat him, it was that night where his wheels fell off. Yeah? And it was Eubank's heart and the dog in him that got him through. And even then he was winning them rounds. The last two he won them rounds. Even Massa Hearn said that. Massa Hearn said, yeah, I had Ben up into the last two, and then Ben got bullied. The pressure fighter that I'm knocking you out in 4 rounds got moshi bashed. That's what it is.
We keep it moving. Ain't gonna cry over no spilt milk. You gotta do better.
I'm not gonna cry over spilt milk. I mean, you are crying over spilt. I think I won. What's your name? Tyson Fury. I think I won, but I'm not gonna complain about it. Well, that's what you're doing to some extent by even saying that. That's internal dialogue. Until I'm not even sure you should think you won. If you think you won that fight, yeah, from Conor Benn's position, or if you're an athlete, you shouldn't even really be wanting to win fights like that. If that makes sense. Do you really want to win a fight where you're... You see what I'm saying? In his mind, he should be thinking, man, that was rubbish. That was no good. And you see it, it's not like there wasn't gaping holes there. He burnt so much energy just hopping around, and the head movement was good, but it wasn't productive. He spent so much energy. He should be looking at it saying, you know what, guys, I lost that one, and I see a bunch of holes that I can fix to fill him in next time. No, actually, I still won. No, I know I still won. So it makes me question, do you... If you think you won like that, it's like, how bad do you... How can this guy ever lose? Like Fury and Usyk. How could Fury ever lose if getting rocked to his boots? Not that Conor Benn didn't get rocked to his boots, but you get the point. Fury didn't lose the first fight. When would he lose? What fight would he ever lose? Outside of getting knocked out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Just gotta do better. Work harder. If that's possible, work smarter. Do the best I can. We gotta keep it moving. We're just getting started. Just getting started, baby. Come on.
Definitely work smarter. I don't think it was. Again, I think he's got top level speed. I'm not sure he can punch for toffee. I think he needs to tighten some of them shots up. That open right he's got, it looks almost genetic, to be honest, because his dad, it's a spitting image of his dad's. I'm not sure if he's tried to copy his dad or it's just what they do, but I wouldn't mind seeing that straighten up, man. I'm not sure what you'd call it. It was almost like a cross. He's almost leaning over and his body's dragging it diagonal rather than straight down. You've got to have a variety of punches. When you fight these high level guys, if you're winging your hands with max power every time and leaning into it, they get your timing down. That's like these overhand Hail Marys. How many fighters outside of the heavyweights who are slow, have slower feet, how many fighters really top level fighters get caught with them Hail Marys, man, that aren't set up as such? Like Tank might catch someone, but he's been sitting there plotting, looking for their tendencies. And most of them are plumbers anyway, to tell the truth with Tank. But you get the point. Tank will plot for 6-7 rounds, find a hole, bash. Tank's not in there just wading in, winging it over and hoping for the best. So he definitely needs to work smarter. I think his conditioning's fine. His attributes are fine. He's got to tighten things up, man. Tighten it up and not be so emotional. Estrogenic. Yeah, it could be the case. It's well known. When you get off the gear, yeah, your estrogen can rebound. All your hormones are out of place. So he's caning the eggs, 50 trillion eggs per day. He hops off the egg, bash, his estrogen's like through the roof. And he's in there just bugging out like a crazy female. You know them crazy ones there. Them crazy shaitan females. That's what he was like in them. And I'm going to get you. Chasing you around the yard with a knife and that. You see them ones there? That's how it reminded me of. Yeah? To calm it down, all the top fighters are calm. Even Mike wasn't... He wasn't like... He was calm, and then it was clinical. It was clinical aggression. He wasn't like hopping around and just burning it all. I'd say Mike was probably one of the more energetic fighters, to be honest. But all the top level guys, man, he wasted way too much in there, which is fair enough to him. It's his first big fight. He wanted to do it. You got to hone that though into productivity. There's no point going into a fight and burning all your gas on things that aren't produced. I didn't give him the first 4 rounds, man. There's a bunch of nothing in there, really. For the amount of energy he was using, I was almost getting tired watching it. I thought, damn, he's going to be goosed soon. And I think that's what happened. I think in the back straight, part of the reason he couldn't capitalise was because he was goosed for all the energy he burned. But he's a young fighter and hopefully he'll learn. And I'll also say I credit him. Yeah, I'll credit him for the fact that there's way too many men these days. Dave Allen, Martin Bakole, who ain't even... Listen, whether you say Ben hasn't really earned it, that's probably fair to say at this point. Has he really earned $10 million? He hasn't. Nonetheless, though, he doesn't really have a $10 million identity. Yeah, because what would Tyson Fury, Dave Allen and Martin Bakole be doing right now? They'd be in Benidorm somewhere for the next 9 months. And they'd rock up 6 weeks before for a fat camp. So I do respect him. He clearly is serious about his craft. The Monday after, and this is documented, man. All the top guys, Usyk, very shortly after his fight, is back on it, man. This is how you have to be. So I do salute him for that, because it must be way easy to think, listen, man. Essentially, his dad's giving him most of the opportunities he can get off the rip. I mean, I think he'd beat British level anyway, to tell the truth. He's there or there. I'm not gonna lie about it, people. He's there or thereabouts anyway. Right, because even in the first 6 or 7, before Eubank's legs finished, Ben was in the fight. I had Eubank winning probably, 5 or 6 of the first 8, but it wasn't like Eubank was washing him. So clearly, like Eubank was, Ben is there or thereabouts already. That said, he could be sitting back now saying, listen, man, I made 10 mil, I'll make 10 mil on the rematch, and I'll just hang around doing fun fights for the masses, to distract the masses of the wider cabal agenda. That's what you could say, right? I'm going to make a career of distracting the masses from the big, wicked cabal agenda. He's not doing that, though, I don't believe. He's got aspirations at 147, which I respect. He don't want boots, though. Obviously, man, he don't want boots. Eddie Hearn would never allow that. That would be a problem. He'd get knocked out. If you went life and... People, listen. If you went life and death with Eubank Jr., Boots were doing proper arm, man. All that, you see all them ones there? You know what I'm talking about? The loading up and winging. Boots were doing some proper arm, man. You ain't going to get away with that with Boots, man. He touch you all over. And his feet are quick as well. His feet aren't 36 years old and dehydrated. But yeah, that's never going to happen. He wants Mario Barrios. I think he wins that fight. I'd probably put money on him as well for winning that fight. So I'm not hating. But just call a spade a spade. You got boxed up by a 36-year-old man who was drained down to his socks. Look at the punch stats as well, just for reference quickly. Where are they? Eubank, look at this here, look. Ben landed. I'm not sure how accurate these are, to tell the truth, man. I'm becoming more sceptical of these. Even more so because of this fight. Let me show you an example. Eubank threw 122 shots. He landed 57, which is a 46% touch ratio. Landing, I mean, I didn't see that, I'm sorry. I didn't, maybe he did actually, I don't know, I need to watch it back. I'm not going to sit here and lie and make out I counted the punches, I didn't, but I saw a lot of swinging. I couldn't sit here and tell you half of Eubank shots were landing clean though, between the gloves or missing and whatever else. There was a few in there that got through clean. So if you're telling me Eubank in the last round when he's hanging, I believe he threw 122. Not sure he landed 50%. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know how accurate that is, but let's assume for a second the Compy box is accurate. Either way, man, I don't score fights how people score fights traditionally. Yeah. There's clear evidence here Eubank's legs give out. How do we know that? Look at his jab stats. He went from jabbing, where are we? He went from throwing about, what's that average? 35, 40 jabs a round. And then in round 9 he throws 20. And in round 10 he throws 13. Yeah. And when you compare that to the Liam Smith fight, I got the leak somewhere. Where is it? Come on, man. The Liam Smith fight, he's throwing 30, 40 shots, even in the latter rounds. Jab, sorry. So his legs went. Chris Senior said this already as well.
Of your son watching that from ringside?
Listen, I mean, he couldn't move around the ring and so he had to stand toe-to-toe. I mean, that is legendary behaviour in the ring.
I tend to agree, man. The saying is, the great ones always find a way. Yeah. They try, or at least tried to find a way. They don't say, these new age man, I only had 5 weeks notice, even though I'm supposed to be a professional athlete. You're supposed to have been ready. David Hay, my little toe was giving me jip. David Hay, my little toe was giving me some jip. That's unbelievable. Yeah, Hay versus Baloo. People were saying Hay did well, man. Hay, there's always something wrong with that guy. There's always something wrong. I don't trust him. I'll give everyone one chance. But when I keep hearing this, my Achilles went, this went. Why would you keep taking fights if you're falling apart? You're digging the masses' pockets is what you're doing. That's not right. Sorry. Hay fought valiantly against Baloo. His leg gave out. He knew his leg was no good. And he said that afterwards. So why are you doing that for? Waste people's time. And I'm not sure. At the time I wasn't gambling, but I probably would have put some on Hay as well. That's the worst thing about it. Corny ass dude. Let's get back to the punch stats quick. Where is it? What else we got here? So we got... Yeah, my point was, I don't score fights traditionally. Yeah, and I can't sit here and lie and make out Ben. How many shots was he throwing? Ben was throwing in round 9, 55, in round 10, 65, in round 11, 86, in round 12, 78. Eubank comparatively went 99, 87, 101, 109, 122, and you saw how knackered he was, man. So even on that basis, Eubank's bigger. Bigger people shouldn't really be throwing more shots, is the fact of the matter. So if you're getting mogged in volume and alleged landed punches, that's a problem. You can't win a fight. A younger man can't win a fight when they're getting moshe bashed and you're getting waded on. That's the bottom line here. The punch, even if these aren't accurate, they're more or less about the same, relatively speaking. So even if you take 10 shots off Ben's and Eubank's, for example, it equals out, if that makes sense. The CompuBox, however they're scoring it, more or less, it's going to be accurate, relatively speaking. Eubank threw 35 more shots in the last round. He threw 25 more shots in round 11. He threw 30 more shots in round 10. And comparatively, Eubank allegedly was more accurate as well. Ben was only landing 37, 34% in the last 2 rounds. Eubank landed 47 and 48%. So even if there's a margin of error there, Eubank still, man. And he had nothing left. People, you saw it for yourself. He had nothing left at all. And normally we see fighters when they're 36 and washed up, like Tyson Fury, they don't want to fight no more, man. Fury versus Usyk, for example, 2 in particular. Fury knew what he had to do. Yeah? Fury needed a performance like Eubank Jr. showed to get the win against Usyk. He needed to just have a fucking go. Beach of Normandy. How many more times have I got to tell these corny dudes about that one there? Yeah? That's what Fury needed to do. All else has failed. I'm putting my head down, bending right over. I'm doubled over, and I'm coming right at him. Too big, I'm too strong. If I've got enough, I can have no legs and beat you, is what Eubank said. Fact. You saw it. I can have no legs and be doubled over and still put it on you. Yeah? He's bent over, he's coming in, he's having a go. If Fury had done that, might he have got caught with something? He might have done, but it would have been legendary. Wow, Tyson Fury had a go and it went left, it went right. Who knows? All we know now is you got punched up twice. There's no. We can't even sit here and say, listen, man, he went out on his back, brother. Yeah, that's what the Yippos say. The Yippos say, go out on your back, brother. Then one gets popped in the eye. Ow, Canella. Ow, you popped my eye. Yeah, one says that, and the other one, he went out like a wet fart. Fury went out like a wet fart, man. Bunch of all them decades we've heard him talking about, not a man born. And you just seen Eubank, someone who's arguably less talented than Fury, show you what it means to have a go. Yeah. No doubt about it. So Ben, you lost this fight, man. There's no Eubank threw 912 shots. You threw, the younger, smaller man, threw how much less? About 33% less punches, and you landed allegedly 40% less punches than Eubank. You lost, man. Just suck it up now. Suck it up and come back better. But my advice to Eubank is, unless you can renegotiate the rehydration clause, and I'm hoping, we know Eubank Senior doesn't like this whole weight draining situation, but I'm hoping, honestly, that now Eubank's... Oh, we don't know how much was a psyop in terms of how much had they really fallen out. I've kind of given up with it now. There's too much charade. I don't know what's real and not anymore. It's a bit icky, to be fair. I don't think a whole bunch of old heads need to be making storylines up to kind of titillate the masses. It's just a bit dead. You know what I mean? People should say what they really believe. They shouldn't be this, oh, I'm going to make drama. I don't know what it was. Did Eubank really believe, Senior really believe the bars he was saying and then wanted to be all in the video? That's possible. Or was it a big psyop on the masses? It was all staged. Because Eubank's manager said, yeah, I knew he was coming. I always knew, kind of thing. Or I knew from time he was coming. So you just don't know, man. There's always some scam on the masses occurring. You can take that as gospel as well, by the way, people. There's always something somewhere. What was I talking about? But yeah, if I was Eubank, man, Chris's ego will believe I've done it once, I'll do it again. And that's, I mean, I don't know, we don't know what's going on in his mind, though. If there was something wrong with his legs outside of the weight cut, great. He needs to explain to me what happened to his legs that his dad's talking about. That's what we'd have to. If Eubanks Jr. has no explanation for why his legs stopped working, I'll tell you now, it's the water at the very least. So we can't go back in there taking them chances, because all it will take is Ben tightening up a few things, and this time he might be prepared for it as well. Well, you'd assume he is. He'll be prepared. You know what? I'll sit back. Eubank's legs will get knackered after 7-8 rounds, and I'll put it on him. Or whatever, you get the point. Eubank at 36 really isn't going to learn too much new now. He's not going to get fitter. He's not going to get quicker. He's not really going to get smarter at 36. He's going to be what we just saw, or worse, unless something changes, which in my opinion needs to be the water situation. The problem is, it's a rematch clause, which, as far as I'm aware, the loser has the right to execute. So unless you retire, like Mayweather did with De La Hoya, unless you retire and sit out for a year, but does Eubank want to... I mean, he's quite inactive his whole life, to be fair. It wouldn't be nothing for him to retire for a year and come back and wait till the contracts elapsed. But I think it's a bit different now with Turkey. Before, when you were dealing with promoters, Eubank Jr. wouldn't have minded just punking Eddie off. In fact, he probably would have thought it was quite funny, mugging Eddie off directly and cucking him of the rematch. Now, though, you're dealing with Turkey. And Turkey's already planning for the rematch in September. So Chris ain't going to retire and try and cuck Turkey, because where's he coming back to? Turkey got the shmoney. If Chris is going to come back to what? Billy Joe or Canelo, he's going to want the Turkey back. So yeah, it's looking like Chris is going to be back in there, man. So I hope him and his team, they know what was up. Bro, if you've been sitting in the hospital for 48 hours or X amount of hours, getting fluid pumped back into you, and we saw it as well on the walkout, or it was kind of awkward. The music started for the walkout, and then the camera flipped, and Eubanks saying, "Dad, give me water," and I thought, oh, knowing that we know the circumstances, I thought, that's a bit iffy, but I put it to the back of my mind. Next thing I know, he's in the ring. I need water. I thought, whoa, because normally fighters will have a little bit here and there, but they don't want to be bloated. He's actually gagging for some water, man. About 3 or 4 times in the ring, he's literally saying, give me some more, tip it this way, tip it that way. You know, man. So people have got, I don't know what the answer is. He needs to go to Turkey and say, listen, man, do you want a body on your hands? He's not going to do that, though, is he? Eubank's not going to sit there begging. Someone needs to do it, though. Someone needs to go there and say, listen, man, Chris spent 48 hours in the hospital. He can't do this thing. Because Turkey's got the power to say to Eddie, we're doing this now. What's Eddie going to do, man? Eddie will do nothing. Yeah? Turkey will say to Eddie, we're doing it at 160, no moody rehydration clause. Or you can go and play darts somewhere. Yeah? That's what Turkey will tell him. Eddie will be like, oh, I want to be involved in boxing. He'll be like, yeah, that's what we're doing then. So that's what Turkey's got the pattern, man. He'll put it on Eddie. Eddie will be given a choice. Darts, yeah, or no rehydration clause. And Eddie, he went back to help himself. Yeah. That'll get the rehydration clause scratched off. I don't know what Ben Chalong's doing. We know his company isn't like Matchroom. He needs this money, so Ben Chalong don't care if he gets paid a couple mil from Eubank that's dead and loses. Ben Chalong don't really care if Eubank loses or wins. It makes a difference to him. He getting paid. That's the truth, right? So he don't have no scruples, and I wonder who negotiated that. I just don't. There's so many things that just didn't make no sense to me. Where's the win here? The only win Eubank got was, we'll come up to your weight. And even that, in the first fight, he didn't even get that. He didn't even get that. He got nothing. He got nothing at all. He didn't, and to be honest, I don't know what to say, man. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, left the bell 100%. There's no doubt about it. Some people stop it, but